a one-floor shop, wide open, roomy area. The shelves you can see along the sides, through the middle when you walk in. There's quite a lot of space for things. There's actually pretty full of stuff though. Like for being a spacious shop, it's almost like a used bookstore crammed of stuff too in the same way. You can get through the aisles, you can see that everything's there, but on the shelves themselves, it's just filled with stuff. All over the place. And that is Goods shop. Welcome. Behind the counter right now is Mrs. Bartlett, as name as you got. Mr. does not seem to be around at the time. She is a elf.
Mrs. Bartlett is an elf.
Mrs. Bartlett is an elf.
Okay. Going to assume she married a human, I suppose. Because I'm pretty sure Bartlett isn't elven.
It is not elven.
If it is, my high school physics teacher would have some questions to answer.
Oh, did I pick the same name as one of your teachers? Beautiful.
As it happens, in high school, my physics teacher was named Mr. Bartlett, and there was a Mrs. Bartlett who ran the library as well. They weren't related or married or anything. So, pretty sure neither one of them were elves. They were both sort of vaguely shaped like fire plugs, much as everyone where I come from is.
There's a knight called Sir Bartlett in my other D&D game. He's human. Pretty human.
I usually don't play humans, actually. I get to play one for the first time ever in a shadow run, so we're gonna see how that goes. Wahahaha. Anyways, though. So yes, you're in Good shop. Mrs. Bartlett is behind the counter, a lovely, elf.
What is the stuff?
Now, the goods shop sells between kind of knick-knacky things, fabrics, pots, pans, general housery type things, as well as just general goods. Like, it is the kind of stuff where it's like you'd have, I'm trying to think, like dried goods, things like that in bulk orders and what have you. Like when you have, if you think of like an old general store kind of way, like you'd see in like Anne of Green Gables and that kind of stuff, that's kind of the goods shop. A bunch of a variety of different things, especially like different food stuff that are dried goods specifically. They don't have a lot of like produce or fresh stuff in that regards. Different fabrics that are brought in from different areas, different things like buttons and sewing stuff and pots and pans and wooden dishes and carved utensils and things like that all over the place kind of stuff. They're mixed between a dollar store, a general store, and a dried goods bulk shop. If you had to imagine them in modern.
So nothing particularly high-end, or anything that would be like high-end in this world. This is
AKA not worth stealing.
The items are not worth stealing. It looks like to you guys the items are not much worth stealing, no. If they got robbed from it, you'd suspect likely if they did get robbed, it was probably actually cash, or their own personal items from their living quarters, maybe.
Cards on the table. I actually asked that because I was wondering what I could buy here, if anything.
Depends on what you're looking for. You probably could find some minor heal stuff as well. You wouldn't find your high-end major healing things here, but you would find like lower-end stuff. Again, cloth, fabric, depending on what you're looking for.
Don't really need any healing supplies. We filled that up yesterday. Like that was actually what Valia did coming to town the first time.
Yeah, so you would need that kind of stuff. But depending on what you're looking for, like, ask and I'll let you know. Like, pretty much, like I said, as long as it's not fresh goods, there's a good chance you're going to find it here, as long as it's also not high-end stuff.
Coffee.
Those are dry goods, and yeah, you would find coffee. That's more dry good in my mind. Like, sealed up, packaged, away you go.
Alright. Get a little bag like a pound of coffee.
Yeah, that'll probably run you a silver. They wouldn't be bad.
Yep, I know.
Goods like that aren't super expensive.
No.
Are you worried about a food shortage?
Pardon?
Is Valia worried about a food shortage of any kind?
I thought you'd have to ask her.
Yes, I'm terrified that we are going to run entirely out of food. That's why I bought a
buns
pound of
and
coffee
coffee?
so we can live on it for a few days. What are you talking about?
All
This
you buy
this should
is
be
buns and coffee. I got a dog.
I like buns and coffee.
Good breakfast.
Yes, exactly.
Well, while they're busy shopping, I'm gonna walk up to Miss Bartlett and just basically, have you been robbed recently? Would you know if you've been robbed recently?
I was gonna do that. Just
She's
in
gonna
the
look at you.
process of
Yeah,
buying
we keep an inventory.
thing.
We do keep an inventory, but how did you find out?
We've just been in town, getting ready for our circus, and we've just heard. We just want to make sure that, we're not gonna be next.
Ugh, my husband's been speaking out loud to people again about that. Yes, we were robbed not too long ago. They pretty much just took cash from the lockbox and what have you, our own under lock and key chest. We didn't lose any goods and well, we lost some dried goods, but not much. A few dried meats and pieces like that. Things that wouldn't have been so bad to replace had they taken just that. But yes,
They stole dried meat?
Yes, they stole dried goods, meats, and what have you, rations.
And that's all they stole.
Money and rations, yes.
That's actually interesting. Also, I'll buy this, please.
Yep, she takes your silver for the coffee.
Goods and services are trading hands. Our economy is strong. I'm just curious now. I don't know. Would you mind telling us? Was your lock picked or broken?
Well, it's still functional, so if you wish to examine it, feel free to. But it still locks, as good as that is at this situation. Now we just have to have one of us stay awake at night. Apparently it can no longer be my husband. Damn fool might talk too much.
I'm sorry, we don't mean to cause you discomfort. We won't talk to a lot of people.
No worries. I know other people are experiencing it as well, so I suppose it's natural that it'll come up of what places were.
Do we know how recent the last robbery was?
I don't believe any of you have asked that of the guards. They normally just told you that there's been a spree of them. So no one's actually mentioned the most recent one. You can feel free to ask Mrs. Bartlett. She might have information for you. If you are gonna ask her,
I'm going to take her. Sarcastic as it was, I'm going to take her up on that offer to have a look at the lock.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna turn the light in the background here while you guys look at the lock, and I'll let you know. Investigate for me, please.
Okay.
No stealing anything, Tess. Not that they would know.
I could use some help from Tess for this, actually. But I am looking for a specific thing, as well as, Ooh. I am also looking for...
You don't need mine.
Okay, well, you are much more expert about these things than me. The main thing I'm looking for is scratches. Scratches on the edge that would indicate that lockpicks might have been employed here.
What? Ah! What the hell? Sorry, my keyboard just stuck on the L. That was quite interesting to move my hand away. Let me see how good they did on this, actually.
Pretty good.
Well, all three of you did really good rolls.
This lock shall give up its secrets.
Okay, so All three of you do notice a few scratches around the lock. They're very small and slight, but yes, this lock was picked.
Picked.
And Tess especially would definitely know that that's kind of probably what the scratches are from, just from the nature of that is what you do. The rest of you just see some small scratches around the lock, and could be key ones, could be pick ones, but you know, they're kind of really, they're not really sliding around it in gouges. There actually are small, delicate delicate little scratches.
And Tess will convey that.
Good. That's useful. In fact, that means that one of the worst things that could possibly be going on is not happening. The lock was not opened magically. Or if it was by a really very bad mage. So,
Hey, sometimes rolling really well on your lockpick is almost like working magic.
yes, although now I have visions of a shall we say, less than gifted wizard attempting to cast knock on a chest by sticking his wand into the lock and wiggling it about.
Alright, so that's what the three of you discover. I'm just sorry. Wand into a lock is just a terrible thing to think of. There's a bad mental image. Let's, so now that the three of you kind of learned that, where do you go from there?
Well, the last thing before we leave is I'll express my condolences to...
Yeah.
What was that?
Not sure. You'll express your condolences and...
Someone's background, I guess.
Possibly.
Lost my train of thought. Express my condolences and offer her a bun, although I would be shocked if she says yes.
Yeah, she kind of just politely turns you down, but thanks you for that, and kind of looks around at, like, the rations and whatnot, and, you know, everything in her place. It's like, thank you.
Hey, I'm not saying they're starving.
No,
I'm just thinking everybody would like a nice warm bun.
They need a massage. It's a great place for buns, and it's a wonderful bakery.
I do have one last question, if it's okay. Your husband is a human?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. I hope it doesn't happen again.
We're taking precautions.
The theft, I mean, not marrying a human, that's fine.
I appreciate
Skedaddle. Skedaddle.
Skedaddle. Time to skedaddle. Alright. Where and what to next? You're a little bit afternoon. It didn't, again, because all the shops are kind of the same area there, you're not wandering for like hours trying to find one. So, where will you go to next? This is a...
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested.
Bah!
Without her, the world cannot continue.
There
What
she is.
Oh yay!
You were.
Apparently one of Adim's keys on his mouse sends me backwards.
Watch out for
Oh,
that.
is it one of these buttons?
There's a reason I always get mice that don't have those.
Yeah.
Yes.
I reached
yes.
over I reached over to move the mouse and suddenly, boom.
Good.
It's really inconvenient.
Stay here
It
with
was.
us for at least the next 1 3/4 hours.
You kind of need to, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
well,
kinda
the world ends with you. Literally.
Literally. Okay. But yeah, so where are we going to next? I am going to actually, though, ask Tess, please make a perception roll.
Bam!
Yeah.
Spidey sense tingling for her too.
Rogues. They are just better than everybody in regards to perceptions at times. It's kind of what they do.
Better lucky than good.
someone is most definitely watching you all.
Oh snap.